Welcome back guys to my channel, and today we will be talking about Pakistan Airlines flight 8303. As you already know, I had already created a video about flight 8303. If you guys haven't seen it, the link is there in the top right corner, so please check it out. In this video, I will be giving you a more detailed explanation on what happened to it with more reports which came from the investigation. Although the investigation has not yet been completed, but I think it will be completed after 2 to 3 months, and we would be getting a final report about it. In this video, I would also be telling you about the fake pilot's license issue which came out during the crash investigation. So let's get started guys. The passenger plane was en route from Lahore when it crashed into a residential area in Karachi after trying to land at Karachi's international airport. The flight crashed down during its second approach after going around from a failed first approach. The first approach was an instrument landing system based approach for runway 25 left. The flight was flown under instrument flight rules that required the aircraft to fly standard air traffic services route under air traffic control, terminating in an instrument approach for the runway at destination. As per reports, there were a total of 99 souls on board, out of which 97 people died and one person on ground also died. When the airplane was at an altitude of 9,800 feet at the waypoint Mike Alpha Kilo Lima India, it should have been at an altitude of 3,000 feet. The pilot disengaged the autopilot and switched to open descent mode in an effort to capture the instrument landing system glide slope. The aircraft descended at a high descent rate of over minus 7,000 feet per minute. At the height of 7,200 feet, the landing gear was extended while the aircraft was 10 nautical miles away from the runway. But the landing gear was inexplicably retracted by the time it came 5 nautical miles away from the runway. Isn't it weird? No one knows why this is done. I think the answer to this question will be given in the final report. The plane eventually attempted to land without the landing gear extended, and as we know, the aircraft was at more than twice the correct altitude during its initial approach. So, the tower also advised the pilots to circle for a more gradual descent, but instead of going round, the pilot went for an open descent. The air traffic controller saw the Airbus A320 engine scrap the runway with a shower of sparks, but they did not tell the crew about the badly damaged engines, which failed as the plane turned to attempt a second landing. During visual inspection, investigators noticed that the engine fan had not been damaged severely, which indicated that the engine was not working during its crash. They also noticed that the ram air turbine was deployed at the time of the crash. The purpose of ram air turbine is to supply power to the airplane control systems when both engines fail and without the auxiliary power unit running. Therefore, this also indicates that during the crash, both the engines were failed, and as we know, most probably they were failed as the aircraft skidded across the runway. During the airplane's first attempt to land, according to cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder, multiple alerts including the overspeed alert and the unsafe warning as well as the ground proximity warning system all sounded. However, we don't know why the flight crew either disregarded or missed them. The reason why they disregarded or missed them is yet to be known, which may be published in the final report. Reports have also found out that there were no problems with the aircraft and Airbus A320, which was being used by Pakistan International Airlines. It was in a perfect condition to fly. The crash was caused due to human error, where the pilot initially failed to deploy the landing gear correctly, which led to the aircraft scraping the runway before taking off again for a go round. As the aircraft was about to make the second landing, the air traffic controllers also failed to inform the pilot that the engine had been left badly damaged. When the control tower asked the pilots to decrease the plane's height, the pilots said that they would manage. This indicates that they were overconfident during the approach. Reports also showed that the pilots were talking about the COVID 19 pandemic during its descent, which the whole world is facing right now. I think that this distracted the pilots, which caused this air crash. I will create another video about the crash of flight 8303 when the final reports would be published, and I hope it would clear all our doubts. Now let me tell you about how many people have fake pilot's license in Pakistan and how did they manage to get so. According to Aviation Minister, there are a total of 860 pilots currently flying for domestic airlines in Pakistan, as well as an unspecified number flying for foreign carriers, out of which 262 pilots did not take the exam themselves and had paid someone to sit on behalf of them and take the exam. This means that approximately 30% of pilots had fake license. As soon as this statement was released by Aviation Minister, Pakistan Airlines tweeted that all pilots with suspicious licenses will be grounded. The airline said that safety is more important than any commercial interest. All the pilots with fake licenses are grounded. Out of the 262 pilots who had the fake pilot's license, 109 pilots were commercial pilots and 153 were airline transport pilots. It is also not known that whether the two pilots involved in the flight 8303 crashed in Karachi were licensed or unlicensed. This report came out during the crash investigation of flight 8303. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you like this video and it has cleared some of your doubts regarding flight 8303 and fake pilot's license issue in Pakistan. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, and also if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. If you find the content to be good, please share it with your friends and other aviation enthusiasts. I would also like to hear your comments below. If you are interested in aviation memes and latest aviation news, check out my Instagram page. The link is in the description box below. See you next week.